Hello, hello, hello. This is Mustard Ketchup Mayo 1000. We're back once again for another installment of UFC fight prediction slash picks. Let's go start off with what happened. I believe it was 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, well, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago, which was UFC Fight Night Bautista versus Oliveira at the Apex. I did okay. 8 of 13. I mean, I'll take it. It's better than going less than 50%, right? Um, but start off with the first fight. So it was Claudia Saugula versus Priscilla Cochiera. I kind of expected this one, so decision. Jacob, this was crazy. Jacob versus Muin Gafarov, or Yakub, sorry. Yakub versus Muin Gafarov. This was crazy. I'm proud of this one. I got Yakub by decision, but it was a submission. Basically, excuse me. It basically was a submission, or rather a decision, but it came out to be a decision. Ah, it was supposed to be a decision technically, but it was a submission, and it came out to be a submission. That was a tongue twister. Anyways, yeah, Yakub won that. Nuan Gafarov, why would you tap? Anyways, next one. Kong Wang versus Eduardo Mora. Kong Wang won by decision, but she did put the beats on Eduardo Mora. She did decent, I'll say, but not enough to win, obviously. So, Kong Wang won. Congratulations. You're not as bad as I thought you were. Next fight, Javid Basharat versus Gianni Vasquez. Javid, okay, I know he got cut after this one. Thank God, because he is not good. He's significantly worse than his brother. Significantly worse. So, Gianni did really good though, but I can't tell if Gianni is good or if Javid is just that bad. I can't tell. I'm gonna just say Gianni was that good. So, I had Javid, but I'm not really proud of that on his end. I'd be kind of disappointed with that. Next fight was Ketlin Souza versus Bruno Brazil. I don't know how you lose this one. I don't know how you lose this one. I really don't understand how you lose this one. Bruno Brazil is not good. Next one. Nikolai Varatnikov versus Nico Price. Definitely he got that one wrong. Nikolai just beat Nico Price off the couch. So, yeah. Next one, Daniil Doncheco versus Alex Morono. Daniil won by decision. I'm really surprised by that, knowing that Alex Morono is not has been knocked out by I think a lot worse opponents than Daniil. Not saying that Daniil is bad. I think Daniil's good, but him being decisioned by Daniil is a lot more impressive than it seems. Yeah. Next fight, Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. Fully expected this one. Yeah, Dustin Jacoby KO. Next fight, Farid Bashara, John Matsumoto. Farid did really good. John Matsumoto did really good. Farid got the nod. Could have gone either way, in my opinion. I'm glad I got that one right. Next one, Mikhail Lajacek versus Marc-Andre Barriot. Decision for Mikhail. Mikhail, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Weird, interesting, I don't know. But I'm glad Mikhail won. That's all that matters. Next one, Jelton versus Rizvian Kuniev. Rest in peace, my boy. Rest in peace, my boy, Jelton. Quick rant. I don't understand why the UFC cuts talent. I understand if, like, for example, like the Igor guy, the guy that bit Andre Lima. Like, I understand that. I understand if they're causing trouble, like Makayev. Jelton is literally a top 5 like contender. Whether that be he ever gets to the title, that's a whole other question. But for him, knowing how shallow this heavyweight division is, you should definitely have kept him. I don't understand why the UFC keeps doing this. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't understand this. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand the UFC. Next one, Kyoichi Horiguchi versus Amir Albazi. Albazi. Horiguchi masterclass. This one was sad. Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. Mario Bautista won. Man, this one sucked. I really like Vinicius. Hopefully he can come back and bounce back from this one, but I don't know, something. Can't tell if it was because well, obviously Mario Batista's good, but I can't tell if this was a bad weight cut on Vinicius's end, if he was just being overpowered. I don't know, but Mario Batista is 100% good. There's no doubt about that. He is really good. Vinicius, come back soon, please. But today is UFC Fight Night. Strickland versus Hernandez. We know who Strickland is. We know who Anthony Hernandez is. Yeah, let's start with the first fight of the night, which would be Carly Judas versus Juliana Miller. I think this was pretty straightforward. Carly Judas by KO round 2. I don't think there's much to say about this fight. Like Judice is like super scary KO power wise. Like we have seen, like I mean she has this one in the regional scenes before she got into the Dana White Contender Series, where she knocked out Monica Medina. Don't know who that is, but she knocked her out. And that doesn't really say much because there's not a lot of comp in those regional scenes, but it's still good. Went to the split decision in the Dana White Contender Series, but she obviously got a nod either way because she is now in the UFC. I remember the Gabriela Fernandez fight going the distance, and she got a split, or Gabriela Fernandez got the split decision nod, but I really think Judice won that one, in my opinion. Knocked out Dubin, and then knocked out Kalari, who I believed was going to go kind of far, and I thought she was going to win against Judice, but Kalari is, I think, severely undersized at flyweight. Should definitely go strawweight if I'm not confusing her with somebody else. But yeah, I think she's gonna definitely put the beats on Juliana Miller, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Juliana Miller's only UFC wins are against Ivana Petrovic, who is really bad, and Brogan Walker, who is also really bad, or not really bad. Neither one is really bad. They're just old. Because, like, Miller really fluked the Ivana Petrovic fight, in my opinion. But yeah, this one's straightforward. There's not much else to say about this one. Next fight is Yadir Del Valle versus Jordan Leviette. I'm taking Del Valle submission round 2. I don't think there's also... not that there's not much else to say about this one, but this one's kind of straightforward in a way. Yadir still looks really good. Despite what happened in his last fight, as we all know, what happened with Isaac Dogarian. But I think even then, yes, he might have lost, but he still is good. It's not like he just like went in there and was supposed to lose against Dogarian. I think he had a good chance of winning against Dogarian. And yes, he did win, but not by how he should have, but still win. Yeah. As good as Jordan Leviette is, on the ground, he tends to get smothered and like submitted, as we've seen twice now with Patty, and then next time around was Chase Hooper, who are both really good submission artists, and I feel like Yadir is just right up there with them. Maybe a little bit less. Yeah, I don't know yet. I can't really gauge him yet, but yeah, I would say pretty high up there as well. Plus, I would say another factor is just the fact that he keeps going like on and off with his wins and losses on Jordan's end. And he tends to he's going to be cutting to featherweight for this one, which I don't think he's fought at featherweight before. Maybe he has. I don't think he has though, and if he hasn't, that's gonna be a pretty heavy cut. In my opinion, like, because he's pretty big. He's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty big guy. Oh no, he did cut at featherweight. He did used to cut at featherweight. Okay, this is when he was younger, and he submitted Johnny Walker. He fought a guy named Johnny Walker, and he submitted him. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna submit him. He's if we're looking at both these guys, they're both the same. I guess height, reach, weight, age, Like they're both pretty similar, and I would say even for Del Valle, it's pretty draining. I can't even expect what it would be like for Jordan to cut to featherweight now, when he used to cut to like featherweight, like what is it, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? Let me see, 2019, 20, no, 2017, no, 2019. Yeah, 2019. That's quite literally 7 years ago. I don't know if why he's doing this. I think he's gonna be pretty drained, in my opinion. Um, I mean, he's not big for lightweight, but he's not gonna be, I guess, the most ready and available at featherweight if he's cutting down, just like Yadir. So we'll see. Yadir by submission round 2, like I've been saying. Next fight, John Paul Lemonyosi. I remember I was struggling with this during the Dana White Contender Series days. Lebo Snoyani versus Phil Rowe. Taking Lebo Snoyani by decision. I think he's definitely on the decision track. Um, I know he has like he looks good, right? John Paul Lebo Snoyani looks good. Like in this one, he looks pretty good. Um, and I like him to win this fight, but it will be hard to see how he wins with this reach and height advantage. Like I think this goes the distance because of that. I think that's a pretty big factor to consider, knowing that he is relatively short for welterweight, in my opinion. I think like a tall, regular welterweight is like 6'1", maybe like like 6 to 6'1". So he's a little bit shorter than a regular welterweight. But that shouldn't stop you. A, B. I just think he. I don't know. He has the finishing potential, but I just think Phil Rowe is like pretty tough in my opinion. He can only go out by submission in my opinion. Like he's only been KO'd once, if I remember correctly. Um, yeah, he just if you take him down, you kind of have your way with him at that point. But he looked really, Lebo Snoyani looked really good in Dana White Contender Series, but his opponent didn't, and that's also kind of makes me kind of worried about this fight. I think Phil Rowe would be a decent dog if you were wanting to take him. I don't trust him, in my opinion. He's only gotten older. He hasn't gotten that much better. And he fights, I mean, his style stays the same. But Phil Rowe also tends to only lose to good prospects, so I think that should be something to consider. So if Lebo Snoyani gets the nod here, probably someone to look into or look out for going forward, which I kind of already do, because going into the Dana White Contender Series fight, I thought he was someone that would go kind of far, but we'll see when it comes against Phil Rowe, because this is a pretty big leap in competition, in my opinion. But yeah, I think it goes the distance. Since I wouldn't say Phil Rowe is a glass chin, but JPL is a pretty heavy finisher, as we've seen in all of his fights, minus the Victor Kuix decision in LFA. But yeah, I don't know. I can definitely see decision, maybe submission. Next fight, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Poniali Soriano. I'm taking Brahimaj submission round 2. Brahimaj will win this decisively with a submission. I repeat, Brahimaj will win this decisively with a submission. I already know exactly how this fight is going to go out. I already know, because I've seen both of these guys, and Brahimaj is on that momentum run. Ever since he left Fortis, if that's right, I think Fortis is the one in Dallas. If he left Fortis MMA in Dallas, and he's now training at Travis Lutter BJJ. Since he's left that gym, he is going on a run. It's happened so many times. I think there's been too much drama at that gym, from what I was told, or what I've seen and what I've been told. So we'll see. But this is how this fight's gonna turn out. Soriano will come out strong, as he usually does, because he has the power in his hands. He has KO power, right? Right. He's gonna come in strong. Both of them are. He might catch Brahimaj. Maybe he might catch him. Maybe throw a decent hook, stun him a little bit, throw off his equilibrium, but Brahimaj will still stay in there. He's gonna get Soriano's gonna get caught slipping during one of his exchanges with Brahimaj, and from there, Brahimaj just goes for the takedown immediately, almost like a Khabib style like takedown. Maybe not to that degree, but you know that type of like Dagestan style takedown where they're like in an exchange and then they immediately just slip a punch and go for a takedown. From there, it's just gonna be a sludge fest, like a smudge fest. Like it's just gonna be Brahima just like tiring him out. Poor Soriano's trying to get to the cage so he can get back up. Brahima is just gonna keep like smothering him, trying to go for submission, trying to take his back. And that's just gonna tire out Soriano. I already know how Soriano fights. I already know that he does not have a gas tank at all. And I would say Brahima to some degree is also similar, but he is a little bit better in that. From there, it's going to go into round one. I mean, the round one's going to end. Round two starts. Same idea. But this time around, Brahimaj is a little bit more confident knowing that Soriano is weak and tired. He's going to go. He's going to try striking with him. Catches him. Goes for another takedown. But this time, he actually gets to his back. Submits him. Rear naked choke. Round two. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. That's what I have. Brahimaj by submission round two. Next fight, Nora Cornoli or Corneli, I don't know what the French say, versus Jocelyn Edwards. Taking Jocelyn Edwards by decision. This one is kind of weird. Okay, I've looked into this one a little bit, and I know that they had fought previously, as in Nora Cornoli versus Jocelyn Edwards has happened before. This is the second time around fighting. Excuse me. But I will say that's 2 years and 5 months ago. That would technically align with Cornoli's prime, and and Jocelyn Edwards would have just been getting started in her career. Not necessarily, but you know, she's still gaining experience, still getting better. I think Jocelyn Edwards, I believe also she came into this short notice, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. But Moore is just getting really old. I mean, she's 36. Don't call me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. That 36 is not old. I guess like in WMMA terms, that's not that old. Especially at bantamweight. But she is getting old, and like, got the best out of Jocelyn the first time. But like, Edward has come into her own as her fights have progressed. Eileen Perez was not a bad loss. Eileen Perez was good. Tamara Vidal sucked. Chelsea Chandler sucked. Pershella Cochiera sucked. But then you look at Nora Cornoli from since then. She knocked out Melissa Mullins, which is not a terrible win. That's actually a decent win, but Melissa Mullins hasn't done much since. Split decision with Jacqueline Cavalcanti, that's not bad. But Cavalcanti, I mean, that could have gone either way. Haley Cohen submission. Okay, welcome to the club. Carol Rosa lost decision. That's terrible. In my opinion, that looks really bad. In my opinion, Carl Rosa is not that good. In my opinion. So it's just obviously not trying to do MMA math or anything, but I think just Jocelyn Edwards has just shown more progression, and she seems to be on more momentum. She seems to have more like potential. I just think she's better. She looks like she's coming into her own now as a fighter. And because of that, I'm taking her by decision, but I'm expecting a striking masterclass from Jocelyn Edwards. Just pure striking, pure jab, slip, jab, hook. She'll probably like go in for a kick somehow. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting from Jocelyn Edwards. Go out there and make me proud, Jocelyn. Next fight. Alden Correa versus Luis Gorelli. Correa KO round one. Okay, I say this all the time, but Luis Gorelli should not have gone in that Dana White Contender Series contract, man. That Nick Piccinini, I really do not know how to pronounce his name. Piccini, I think is what he says. But that Piccini should have won that one, or should have gone on the nod on that one. Luis Gorelli, he looks crazy in this picture, right? But he is like, he looks like he got off the sauce since then. Because he looked really bad against Piccini, physique-wise. Compared to this photo, physique-wise, he looked terrible. And it has been showing slowly but surely in his UFC bouts. And I think this is going to be the last one for him. Because Correa looked really good against Alessandro Costa. Extremely good. Because, like, Costa should have ideally won that one if it wasn't for the injuries that happened during that fight. But even then, he's still a crazy... That was still a crazy win. And I fully expect a KO for round 1 from Correa. Or at least an early finish or somehow. Because, I don't know. Luis Guarelli is not good. I'm going to keep repeating myself, but yeah, he's not good. There's not much else to say about that one. Next fight. Ode Osborne versus Alibi Idris. Taking Ode by submission, round 3. Could go decision, but I can also see a round 2 submission. So it's just like, could go earlier, could go further. I don't know. One of the two. But I'm taking round 3. Ode has this fight in the bag, though, I will say. Because, like, if you look at Alibi Idris' fight against Joseph Morales, he just got smudged. It's almost like, and don't get me wrong, Joseph Morales has fought in the UFC. He is good. He should have never gotten cut, or maybe he should have. Maybe that's what made him get better. Who knows? But it's like, I don't know. Alibi's like record looks kind of padded the more I look at it, and the more I saw the Joseph Morales fight, because it's like I know the competition at Niza is like, it's not the best. Obviously, it's not UFC level, but like I've seen some talent come out of Niza, and Idris is not showing me that, and I fully think that Ode has the finishing ability from here. I can see him submitting him. Okay, even possibly KOing him. Maybe that one might be a little stretch, but at least a submission. But it'll be late into the fight. Oh, I feel like, and I just think like Ode's kind of like, they kind of need to give him another toss up or layup, cause like, hey man, lost to Steve. Did pretty good against Steve. Did really good against Ronaldo. Lost to Filio. Lost to Asu. His losses are really, really good opponents, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, all of them are really good opponents. So I'm expecting him to submit him, or at least finish Alibi. So we'll see. Next fight, Chidi Njokuani versus Carlos Leao. Carly Leao fucking sucks, and it's a steroid chase. So I'm fully expecting Njokuani to do a KO round 1, maybe round 2, but. Man, like, dude, man, this guy fucking sucks, man. Like, you lost to Muslim Salikov. This man is 39, maybe 40 years old. I don't remember, but he is a grandpa, dude. And you're getting knocked out by him. Respectfully, Salikov is good, but dude, you are 31. Like, you are a steroid cheat, man. If I've ever seen one, in my opinion. This is significantly worse than the Rizvian Kuniev, because at least he got caught. But this one, like dude, it's so obvious, man. It's so obvious. I'm fully expecting Chidi to KO him, man. Like, his power is very susceptible to get, like, his power is it's pretty good. I will say he's like pretty strong. He's KO'd people. It's not like he hasn't, but he is pretty susceptible to getting touched up during fights. But, like, knowing how much range he has on Carlos Leao, I fully expect him to, like, lock in on that and, like, catch him and use that to his advantage with his kicks, with his jabs. Keep it at distance and then just go in when you see him get, like, stunned or hurt. And then on top of that, Carlos tends to gas really easily, and Chidi has a gas tank in comparison. Like, whenever he was fighting the Alesiu Zaleski, like, he looked really good, and he went pretty far with that one as well. So, hey, I'm thinking Njokuani, Carlos Leao. We're not seeing you after this one. Maybe another round. Who knows? Next fight, Zach Reese versus Michelle Pereira. I hate this matchup. I really don't like this fight. I think Michelle's not taking MMA serious anymore. So either that or he's ran out of, like, the secret juice he was taking. Zachary's also sucks to some degree. Doesn't suck as bad, but he does suck. And not in the same way as Michelle does. But he seems to be a little bit more serious about the sport. Like, the difference between the two is, like, both of these guys suck, right? Michelle is good, but he does not care. It's so obvious he does not care. Zachary is good, or no, Zachary sucks, but he's trying to get better. And that's what sucks about him, is that he has to get better. He doesn't have the talent. Respectfully, he doesn't have the talent. But like I'm taking Zach Reese to to win just because of like I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I think he wins by KO round one. Either one or the other. Someone's getting KO'd round one. Like that's for sure. No. This is not going the distance. Gas tank of like a squirrel. Not even a squirrel. Gas tank of a fucking like. What's something that does not have a good gas tank? Of a fucking motorcycle. Some like Honda Grom or something, or a moped, versus the gas tank of like. Like a fucking. I don't even know, dude. Like a weed whacker. Zach Reese has weed whacker gas tank versus Michelle Pereira moped gas tank. Like they're not comparable and they're not good. That's for sure. So I'm taking Zach Reese KO round one just because I know Michelle got touched up by Kyle and I'm expecting the exact same thing to happen. So yeah, I hate that matchup. Next fight, Jacoby Smith versus Josiah Harrell. I'm taking Jacoby Smith. Kind of sad, or taking him by decision, but it's kind of sad that Jacoby gets another layup. But if you look into it a little bit more, Josiah actually kind of looks promising. Like and the odds kind of tell you that as well. If you go on any sports book that has this fight available, I saw some odds at minus 200, or he was Jacoby's like 2-1, almost 3-1 favorite, which is pretty close compared to like what his other fights were. I swear to God, he was like minus 1,000 against Nico Price and Preston Parsons, which to be fair is understandable, but still. It kind of just shows how Josiah could possibly win this. But I can definitely see Josiah take this to a decision. I don't think Jacoby's gonna finish Josiah. Maybe like take him down, possibly submit him, but that's like the best case scenario for him. But I think at the end, like it's gonna go to a decision. Jacoby's gonna get the nod. Since you're gonna see like these levels of competition that both fighters have gone through. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's 100% going the distance. So I don't think Josiah maybe Josiah touches him up. Jacoby then like because he's getting touched up, he's gonna be more precautious and like go for a takedown, play more distant, try to get like a good shot in so he can win the round or something. But yeah, I think it's fully going Jacoby decision. But I really hope this is a good fight. I really want to see how Josiah Harrell fights because I'm actually curious. Seeing off of the one fight that I saw of his, I hope it actually turns out to be pretty good, and I hope they keep him. From what I saw, he looked really good. So I hope they keep him, and I hope he can show out that during that fight. So yeah. Next fight, Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija. I'm taking Ante Delija KO round one. This fight is like two trains coming at each other. And obviously you can't play chicken with two trains on the same track. They're going to go into each other, man. Like, Spivak is good, but so is Delija. And Spivak makes too many mistakes, and Delija doesn't really make mistakes, in my opinion. He just gets kind of unlucky. But, like, stylistically, this fight will be, like, an unstoppable object versus unstoppable object. Like the trains, I was saying. Because of how fast they are as soon as the fight starts. Delija comes in like full sprint and like trying to get into the pocket. Spivak goes full sprint and like immediately starts striking, trying to go for a back or doing something, take down something. I don't know. He's trying to like, I mean, it's polar bear, man. The polar bear goes in there and he tries to like kill his prey. Sorry, I got a little too overwhelmed with this fight. Delija, but the Delija striking is very slick though. It's almost like a boxer. And after he does that, he catches Spivak in round one, knocks him down, then goes for ground and pound. Spivak can probably sprawl, or he's probably gonna like ball up. But yeah, I think Delija wins this one. Both fighters are good. I don't really expect anything crazy, like unexpectedly crazy to happen. Like I don't think it's like an unexpected injury. I mean it could, but definitely Delija round one KO. Or Spivak, but I'm feeling more Delija. I'm feeling more delusional for Delija. So, yeah. Next fight, Dan Ige versus Melquizel Costa. My boy Melky is back. This is my boy. This is new gen Oliveira. Or yeah, new gen Oliveira is right here. This is Milk. Milk is new gen Oliveira. Melky's winning this by decision, but Melky is gonna win this. It's just because I just think he's too good and crafty. But like if you think about it, if you're going through Milk's records, or I guess fights, this is a huge jump in competition. Like maybe like the maybe his best fight, or the closest fighter to like Dan Ige might be like Julian Erosa. Maybe that's a big maybe. Like this is a huge jump up, huge. And then Dan Ige has like fought like competition that is like supreme. This is like supreme level of competition. I just think that I think this is just like another Vinny situation where like I think Vinny had like this momentum, and because of this momentum I believe that he was able to like go out there and like prove us wrong. Us as in like us the viewers. But clearly not. But I think Milk has it like that same idea where he goes in there and like he has all this stuff against him and yet he still wins. Uh, Same idea can be said for Dan Ige, but to some degree he just doesn't finish what he has started, if that makes sense. Like he starts out strong and then he just messes it up. I mean that's like the best way I can explain it. I don't know, but I think Milk wins. But like, don't count on Danny. I really think he's gonna win still. Or not that I think he's gonna win, but I think there's definitely a chance that he can win. But he does tend to get overwhelmed really easily. Whenever like someone he's fighting doesn't come and engage with him. But yeah, Milk is just too well-rounded, man. Striking, grappling, wrestling, defensively, like he's just like I don't know. He's just good. He's just good. But knowing how this fight and how strong, or I guess like how sturdy Daniga is, this is going the distance. So next fight, Jeff Neal versus Earl's Medic. This fight is really funny, in my opinion. I think it's pretty funny. Uh, I would love to see Earl's Medic win. I would love to see Earl's Medic win. I don't know why this fight is even made, in my opinion. I don't think Earl's Medic has proven enough to like really get this fight, in my opinion. I don't know why he has this fight. His best win is quite literally Gilbert Urbina and Muslim Salikov. Like I understand that he's a crazy striker. Like he goes in there and he just goes for a kill, but like I don't know. I just find this funny that this is even a fight. It's almost like a layup for Jeff Neal. But like the odds, I don't know. This one's funny though. This is a funny fight. They both have power though. But I think Jeff Neal tends to have a little bit more of a chin in comparison to Uros Medic. Like when you see the Poliano Soriano fight, like that was crazy. But then also like, I mean the Metabig fight doesn't really count. That was more a submission. But like when you look at this, like we're like when you think of the chin like scenario, I'm saying for Jeff Neal, it's kind of weird because when you're comparing Jeff Neal's chin to Earl's Medic, you would think like, oh yeah, Prates has like, not Prates. Jeff Neal has such a better chin, but like, whenever Prates and Neal fought, it was crazy because this dude got KO'd by, like Prates KO'd Jeff Neal. Like who would have thought that Jeff Neal would have gotten chin? Like it's not like he's never been chin before. Like I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah, he's gotten KO'd one other time, and it was like against Kevin Holland. Like, congrats. But that was like years ago and outside of the UFC. So him getting knocked out in the UFC was a lot more crazy and impressive on Prates, but also like impressive in the sense that like Jeff Neal chin has been cracked. But if you were to say the same thing like Prates KO'd Uros, oh, nobody would be fucking surprised. Like that's obvious. I feel like that would be like nothing crazy because we've seen Uros get cracked. Like his chin been cracked before. Like that's not something crazy, but because Neal's chin has been cracked, I would not be surprised if there were to be like a crazy KO from Uros, because you have two people who have like literally cinder block has hands, right? But like, if you're thinking about it, like, dude, Uros, like he just catches people when you don't expect it, and then Jeff Neal is very like strategic and very like, um, I don't know how to explain it, decisive, I guess. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. I would not be surprised if Uros got a KO in this one. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. This feels like this is one of those fights where it seems like is shouldn't it seems obvious, but then it doesn't end up being obvious. So do not. I feel like do not be surprised if Uros gets a KO on this one. I think this one definitely ends in a KO one way or another, and it's not leaving round one. It's definitely not leaving round one. That's all I'm gonna say though. I would not be surprised if Uros win. Come back to this video if Uros wins. But I'm gonna just stick with my Jeff Neal just because of his level of competition. Next fight, Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez for the main event. Um, a lot of title implications with this fight. A lot of movement in the rankings if this fight goes one way or the other. But I'm taking Strickland decision. Um, I'm not really confident in this fight at all. I don't feel any confidence in this fight. I feel like it could go either way, in my opinion. I feel like the odds are kind of wide, in my opinion. I feel like it should be like maybe like Anthony Hernandez like minus 150, 160 at most, or like at least I would say. 200 is kind of pushing it, in my opinion. But I can't tell if this fight is like straightforward or if I'm just overthinking it. It might be that I'm just overthinking it, but I don't know. I think Strickland wins just because of like how anti-grappling he is, and I don't know how he does it. I keep watching his fights. And I'm just like, how do you like? I don't know how do you like break down these like grapplers? Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Um, but I don't know. But like when I'm saying straightforward, it's like in the sense that like Hernandez has all the momentum right now. But I like yes, like he should win. But I still think Strickland is like a cut above like Hernandez's best win. Like Hernandez's best win, in my opinion, is like Brendan Allen. And even then, like Brendan Allen versus like Strickland would be pretty close, in my opinion. Like Roman Dolizde is not good. Michelle Pereira is not good anymore. Roman Kopylov is good, but this was also on short notice, so I can't really like judge this fight at best. Edmund Shabaziev KO was good at the time, but like Brendan Allen is his best win, and even then, Brendan Allen still like showed like how much like he still looked good in that fight, man. Like it's not like it's not like Anthony Hernandez is like untouchable. He is touchable. You can touch this dude. You can literally put your finger on this dude. It's possible. But I just don't know with Strickland. He either shows up or he doesn't. And he's shown up plenty of times as of recent, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. And I want to pick Anthony Hernandez, but I also can't because I feel like Strickland still has that in him. I don't know. I don't know. But like the same thing can be said for Strickland though. Because he didn't defend good against takedowns on DDP or against DDP. But he is very good in defensive wrestling. I don't know. I don't know. This fight is weird. This fight is super weird. I'm taking Strickland decision just because I feel like when you have this much momentum, you have so much pressure on you. Like this, I mean, when was the last time that Anthony Fernandez lost to? I swear to God, it was whenever he lost to Kevin Hernandez. Kevin Holland. Yeah, dude, that was literally 2020. That was, yeah. So he's just been on a let's see what 8-fight win streak, and this is like the same guy that beat like Izzy, bro. Like this dude Strickland is like scary and the all the wrong reasons. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. This fight is so weird. I genuinely don't know. I'm taking man. I'm taking Sean Strickland by decision. I think I'm going with that. Sean Strickland by decision. Going forward with that. Yeah, that's what I have. Let me think. Let's do. I think I'm gonna add a segment at the end of these videos. The five. Let's do 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg, 5 leg. So singles, um, doubles, triple, or 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg, 5 legs. I'll do one of each. So if I were to have a 1 leg or a single bet, it would definitely have to be on. I want to see the odds. It would definitely have to be on. I'm doing strictly money line. I do not like the other ideas. But I would do it on Chidi Nyukani. Um, Here I'll give you 3 options: Chidi, Ode, and Ramiz. Those three. If you were to do a single on any of them, I'm sure at least 2 out of 3 would probably win. And then for a double or a 2 leg parlay, I'd probably do Milk and probably Milk and Ramiz. And then 3 leg would just be building off of that. So I would do Ramiz, Milk, and then Delesia. That's 3. Now building off of that, 4. I'd probably throw in Jacoby Smith, since his odds aren't that wide. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're not that wide, and it's not pure chalk. So that's 4. 5. I'd probably throw in like. I'd probably just throw in some chalk, man. Probably like Yadir. Yeah. I'd throw in Yadir in there. Yeah. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you guys are checking in on my videos. Also, I've been added to the list of channels who are being tracked by the UFC prediction channel video. So thank you, UFC prediction channel or prediction tracker for adding me to the list of channels that are being tracked. I'm glad to be on the list. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully we go better from here and we do a lot better on predictions. So thank you for watching and goodbye.